Hello, I'm Nick Steiner, and I like trains and I like biking. And I've always wanted to do one of those like weird YouTuber challenges. It's like do this in whatever time. And so I came up with a great idea. We're gonna do the MBTA Termini biking challenge. We're gonna bike to every MBTA rapid transit terminus station at the end of every single line, not the silver line, that doesn't count and we all know it. Anything that has a rail. So, and a red, blue, green, orange, all of the branches, plus the Mattapan high-speed line. It's gonna be about 55 miles. I've never biked more than 45, so it'll be a fun time. Rules: number 1, obviously you gotta bike. Number 2, I have to take a picture, video at every sign. I've already taken one for Braintree. That's where we're starting. I decided to start at Braintree because the most hills are in this half, and we're kind of gonna be doing a nice loop around and then into Bowdoin and then out to Wonderland. If I have any iMovie skills, this is where a fun map will show up. But otherwise, let's get started. Well, that was an exciting start. Got swept into a big rotary that was an on-ramp to Route 3. So that was kind of terrifying, but we navigated it well. And now we're on the quiet side streets of beautiful, pastoral, Quincy or Braintree, one of the two. I don't know if we crossed the border yet. Off to Ashmont. Dying up this hill, and there's cars. But it's pretty because there's leaves. We're not even in Newton yet, and you already get some pretty big mansions. Whoa. Got some old mill buildings in Milton, and also the Mattapan high-speed line, which we'll be seeing later. Yay. Termini number 2 and 3, Red Line and Mattapan high-speed rail. Here is the Neponset River as we go on to our first trail of the video, the Neponset River Greenway. Very beautiful. Hopefully a trolley will come by and I can take a video of that. Now this is how biking should be. Serenity. I apologize for all the vertical video, by the way. The way my bike mount is set up really only allows for it, but we're making the most of it. If I had $1 for every car that was parked in the bike lane over the last mile or so, I could pay for an Acela right now. Very nice looking farmer's market in Roslindale. Roslindale also looks very nice. Would like to visit. Forest Hill. Made it to Heath Street. Yay! Alright, so the fun thing about Heath Street is that we also passed the E Branch's former end, which was at Forest Hills, technically Arbor Way, but right across the street from Forest Hills. And we took the old E Branch's path down Center Street in Jamaica Plain to get here. Sorry I didn't take any video at Center Street. It's a lovely little street. There's a bunch of tiny shops, very like streetcar feel. However, there are parked cars and very small or non-existent bike lanes, so I had to watch out for doors the whole time. Good thing about Heath Street too is we're near Mission Hill, which means I get to go home and eat lunch before continuing. Yeah, so we'll pick back up after lunch and be on our way to Cleveland Circle. Back on the road after lunch, and we do appreciate Brookline Village's off-street bike lanes. Very cool, very helpful. I know it's a red bike, but it's a crossing sign, so I'm good. Cleveland Circle. Don't make me cross the road. It should be noted that we're now on Commonwealth Ave, and I'm not a runner. Oh, look at the green line, that's fun. I'm not a runner, but I believe Heartbreak Hill is on this road, and if you're a runner type and I'm wrong, feel free to make fun of me, but not looking forward to that. Boston College. Should be noted that this is one of 2 MBTA termini that I have yet to actually ride to, the other one being Bowdoin, although I sure tried. There's a green line. Yay. I think this is Heartbreak Hill. Oh no. The only thing breaking my heart more than this hill is the lack of bike lanes. But well, we made it up Heartbreak Hill, which means we get to go down now, which is actually exciting. And Riverside. Alright, I haven't filmed in a bit, so we're gonna do a nice little review of Commonwealth Avenue. It's nice. If I had stopped to take a picture of every beautiful house, it would have taken me about 4 hours to traverse. I did not stop, and it still took me a while. Riverside's quite isolated from everything else, but the longest trek is actually next from Riverside to Alewife, which I think is over 9 miles. But the good news is the hilliest bits are done, which does feel quite nice to know. All right, 27.3 miles to go, which means we are halfway. I'm having a good time. However, my brilliant plan to avoid every single highway on-ramp did require a big hill, and so now we get to celebrate being halfway by being very tired and out of breath. Alewife next. Now on a Boston bike ride, it's pretty shocking it took us this long to meet the Charles River. First of 3 crossings, 4 if you count the train ride back. We're in Watertown Square, I believe. Yeah. We got this nice little side path on Arsenal Street in Watertown. Pretty cool. We're now on the second bike trail of the trip, which is a Safer Sore Eyes and Legs for sure. This is the Cambridge Watertown Green Line. This part is not new, but most of it is brand new as of this year. This is the new bit I've been talking about. Connects the old bit to Fresh Pond in Cambridge, which maybe I'll show you in a second. Personally hoping Fresh Pond has some water I can have. Here's Fresh Pond, and luckily there was a bubbler there for me to have some water. For those of you who don't know, Fresh Pond is where Cambridge gets their water supply from. Okay, so Alewife is pretty cool, despite what you might think by the big hulking garage behind me. Alewife isn't as car-centric as most would believe. Hello, Future Nick here, interjecting because I'm about to get a lot of things wrong in the shot I filmed on site. Basically, Alewife is the center of 4 different bike paths that all radiate out from the train station. We have the Minuteman commuter path, which goes north through Arlington, Lexington, and ends in Bedford. We have the Fitchburg cutoff path, which heads west and currently ends in Belmont, but eventually is going to be part of the Mass Central Rail Trail, which will go to Northampton if that's ever completed. To the east, we have the Somerville Community Path, which currently ends in Somerville, but sometime this year will be extended all the way to Boston when the new Green Line extension opens. And then finally to the southwest, we have the Watertown-Cambridge Greenway, which is what we took to get to Alewife. The connection between it and Alewife is a little tenuous. There's a short side path, narrow side path over a bridge. But yeah, very cool for biking. Back to the past. Now, people praise Somerville and Cambridge for their bike lanes, and this is why. Not all of them are this good, obviously, but a decent amount of them are. Everyone calls this the best skyline view, and I could maybe think of one I personally like more, but whenever I'm looking at it, it's hard to disagree. We're on the Longfellow Bridge, recently rehabbed. As of a couple years ago, I think they finished it up. Best known for its iconic salt shakers and amazing stonework. Yeah. Duck boats. It's a good time. We're at Bowdoin. We finally get to see the Blue Line. And for future-proofing of this video, we did ride past Charles MGH, which hopefully will be replacing Bowdoin as the terminus in God knows how long. Maybe I'll get to work on it, though. I guess Boston has some decent ones, too. This is the Lechmere Viaduct, and this is a heart, but behind that heart is carbon fiber. I was there when this was put up at about 4 a.m. It is a carbon fiber strengthened with epoxy to make the bridge stronger for the eventual new Super Green Line cars. Post a comment on this YouTube video if you want to learn more about carbon fiber wrapping. Yeah, Union Square. Alright, so Union Square is the newest Green Line branch and the newest branch in the MBTA system, as well as the newest branch to open since the late 80s, I think, was Alewife. And Union Square is a pretty cool neighborhood. Stopped by a couple times, once for dinner and once just to look around on the opening day. But there's a lot of cool stuff, a lot of new development. I think they're doing a pretty good job at adding the new development in while keeping the heart of Union Square what it was kind of over there, while the new development's kind of in the old industrial areas. Alright, we are future-proofing this video by visiting the Medford Tufts is its actual name. Medford Tufts T-stop, which will be the future terminus of the D branch. That is so wrong. Future terminus of the E branch. The D will go to Union Square. I did not film in between Union Square and here because frankly I am tired, and there was a hill that would have been fine at the beginning and it was not fine now. There's about 10 miles left to go, which isn't too bad, but let's hope I make it. There are 2 more terminuses, and yeah, I'll see you at Oak Grove probably. Ran into an event in Medford. More importantly, Slushy I'll need to finish the trip. Oak Grove! Slushy, I think, is giving me enough energy. 6 miles to Wonderland. And finally, we are on the last bike trail of this entire journey, the Northern Strand Community Trail. An excellent trail that starts in Everett and goes through Malden, Saugus, Revere, and then ends in Lynn. Very, very fun. Highly recommend. We'll be on it for a few miles, but might try doing a time-lapse type deal. Atlantic Ocean. Revere Beach looking pretty today. And Blue Line to Bowdoin. That's us.